when it comes to Milwaukee Public Schools, that's another issue that voters care about. And when we look at how the city grades Milwaukee Public Schools, it's not good. So let's take a look. When asked to grade Milwaukee Public Schools, nearly 75% gave either a C, D, or F. Just 1 in 5 gave MPS an A or a B. There have been several proposals out there involving Milwaukee Public Schools. As you both know, the governor just vetoed a bill that would have dissolved the district and expanded access to school choice. So I want to know from both of you if you support a proposal that gives the mayor more control over MPS. I'll start with you.
Yeah, thank you for the question. And of the bill that was before the legislature and that the governor vetoed, no, I didn't support it. And I didn't support it for a number of reasons. Look, I'm an MPS graduate. I went to MPS from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. I graduated from Bayview High School after attending Daniel Webster Middle School and 6 different elementary schools in MPS before that. I'm a father of a student in MPS right now, a 6th grader. And I've got 2 other kids who this fall will be in K4, also in Milwaukee Public Schools. And I'm sitting in the mayor's office presently. In none of those capacities, as an MPS graduate myself, as a father of a student and soon-to-be students in the district, and as mayor, was I consulted about this bill. You know, I think it's...
Should the mayor have more control over MPS, though?
I think that what we ought to be doing is working to make sure in Milwaukee that we tackle the issues that are important around the school. That's, to me, that's what a mayor can do best in, is working to make sure that around the school, before a young person even enters the school building in the first place, that they're in the best position to succeed academically. So we should be working to make sure that we eliminate the trauma. We should be working to make sure that they're not hungry before they enter the classroom. We should be working to make sure that they come from families that are stable because their parents have access to family supporting jobs. That's what I want to see. The city's got a lot of issues that we're concerned with right now. A ton of issues that are going to be coming to a head very, very soon. I want to focus on those issues, allow the democratically elected school board to focus on education, and do my job as mayor to affect all the things on the outside, because it's more than just Milwaukee Public Schools that the mayor has to be worried about in terms of students. We have to be a mayor for all the kids in the city, no matter what school they go to.
Alderman, do you think the mayor should have a bigger hand in MPS going forward?
I think it's absolutely critical for the future of any community that our schools perform at top level. All of our schools, public schools, private schools, charter schools.
Is the mayor the way to do that?
I do support the mayor having more involvement in our schools. It is so critical to the future of this community. You cannot have a great city without great schools. And I was so disappointed in previous Mayor Barrett and his unwillingness to get involved in schools and education to any extent. That hurt this community. We need to do better. All of our schools. As mayor, I would want to take an active role. I would want to work with the superintendent, the school board. I would want to work with our charter schools, our Catholic schools, our private schools. Without a doubt, it's absolutely critical. So yes, I think it's very important.
But is that something you'd want to see in legislation?
And I do not necessarily support what Senator Darling has come out with. I was not involved in that those discussions. But I do feel that we need to do better. And I would certainly be open. I think everything needs to be on the table to ensure that our schools are performing at a high level for all of our kids, for their sake and their future, the future of them and this community.
Do you want to see Milwaukee police back in schools?
Yes, I don't think they should have been taken out of our schools. But again, a lot of politicians at that time sway with the wind, okay, whichever way the prevailing wind, and at that time it was the anti-police movement. For Pete's sake, we need a man in the mayor's office who has the courage of his convictions, who is not going to blow with the wind. Yes, we need those resource officers back in our schools, connecting with our kids. And on top of that, as mayor, I would want to bring back a program we called STOP. It was an excellent program. Students talking it over with police. It was a great way for kids to connect with officers. Oftentimes, their only any run-in with the police officers in a negative vein. This was a positive vein. It got awards from the White House. It got awards around the country. Why it was ended, I don't know. But we need programs like that.
Mayor, do you want to see Milwaukee Police back in Milwaukee Public Schools?
First of all, I'll say that STOP was a pretty incredible program from my involvement with it in years past. This is my view. Police don't necessarily need to be in the school building. They don't need to be watching over kids while they're eating their lunch. They don't need to be posted up at their locker when they're getting their books. I have said, and I think I'm on record here, that it would be useful to have a police presence outside of schools, on school grounds, at the end of the day, because that's when things typically start going off with kids. When you played the clips earlier about reckless driving activity on school grounds, it happened after school. So it'd be very useful, I think, for the MPS school board, the district, to have a better relationship with police, to welcome them back in, especially on the outside of school when those sort of incidents are more likely to take place. That's what I'd like to see.